Here's a little something different. This is an AI written and produced short film. The result is a creepy mystery adventure that you have to see to believe. Without further ado, let's just jump into it. Would you walk through a door if you knew it might erase who you are? 17-year-old Eli Richardson never asked for adventure, but after moving to a remote cabin in rural Oregon with his mom, he finds it at his doorstep. Literally, it's a cold November day, and Eli is exploring the woods behind his new house when he stumbles upon a massive oak tree with a perfectly round indentation in its trunk. When he runs his hand over the divot, it feels warm and alive. Then suddenly, a low rumble echoes from within the tree, and a section of the bark slides open, revealing a pitch-black doorway. And just like that, Eli is pulled through and finds himself in a strange parallel world. The air is thick with fog, and the only light comes from strange glowing symbols that cover every surface, illuminating moss-covered structures that seem both familiar and alien. As far as he can tell, Eli is in some kind of long-abandoned city, one that looks like it was carved out of the very earth itself. But how does he get back home? He has no idea. For now, his only company is the wind and the distant sound of rushing water. So Eli decides to follow the noise, and soon finds himself standing before a breathtaking sight. A majestic waterfall pours over a cliff into a pool of still water below, forming a natural infinity mirror. Eli takes a step forward, and the reflection ripples, like a pond stone skipping across its surface. But the closer he gets, the stranger it seems. As he peers into the depths, the waterfall seems to vanish, and he sees nothing but blackness. Just as he's about to turn back, something catches his eye. In the distance, something stirs among the rocks near the pool. It's big, dark, and vaguely humanoid. Startled, Eli runs away, tripping over exposed tree roots as he goes. The figure doesn't move. Is it real or just a trick of the mist? Eli has no way of knowing, but he does know that he needs to find another way out of this place, so he turns around and begins retracing his steps. But as he walks, he notices more and more strange things. Glowing vines weave between the buildings like cryptic graffiti. Strange symbols are etched into the trees, and everywhere he looks, there are signs of something once great, something lost to the sands of time. What happened here? And more importantly, how can he get back home? Eli keeps walking until he comes to a clearing. In the center stands a tall obelisk, made of the same black material as the vines. It's covered in strange symbols and glyphs that seem to writhe and pulse like a living thing. And then he sees it, a doorway carved into the side of the monolith. He runs towards it, hope surging through him. Finally, a way out. But as he reaches out to touch it, a deep voice booms behind him. "You are not from here." Eli whirls around and sees a cloaked figure standing in the shadows. Their face is hidden in the darkness, but their eyes glow with an otherworldly light. "Don't come any closer," they whisper, their voice echoing with power. "Who are you? Are you here to help me?" The cloaked figure shakes their head slowly. "You don't remember?" they ask, their voice filled with sadness. But of course he doesn't. How could he? This whole place feels like a half-remembered dream, a jumble of fragmented emotions and disconnected thoughts. All he knows is that he wants to get home, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. But the cloaked figure isn't willing to help him. They raise a hand, palm out, stopping him in his tracks. "It's too dangerous," they warn. You could destroy everything. Before Eli can respond, the figure disappears into the mist, leaving him alone in the clearing. Confused and frustrated, Eli turns back to the obelisk, but it's gone. In its place is a wall of solid rock. With no other options, he climbs to the top of the monolith and jumps onto the wall, desperate to find another way out. And that's when he sees it, a symbol carved into the rock, identical to the one on the back of his hand. It's a swirling vortex, with tendrils reaching outwards like grasping claws. But the more he examines it, the stranger it seems. It's not just a carving, it's a doorway, a tear in the fabric of reality, and as he reaches out to touch it, he feels a jolt of energy surge through his body. Suddenly, he remembers. Memories flash before his eyes, fragmented and distorted, yet undeniably real. He sees a lab filled with scientists, a blinding flash of light, and then a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes. The last thing he remembers is pain, searing, all-consuming pain. And then nothing. Had he been in an accident? Was this place the result of some top-secret government experiment? What did it have to do with the shadowy figure from his past? Lost in thought, Eli doesn't notice the figure watching him from the shadows. They step forward, their eyes never leaving his. "Who are you?" they ask again, their voice raspy with emotion. "Are you here to save us?" Eli shakes his head, dazed. He doesn't know what's happening. All he wants to do is get home, but as he turns to leave, the figure steps in front of him, blocking his path. They're closer now, and Eli can see the sadness etched into their features. "You were supposed to be the key," they whisper, "the last key." But Eli doesn't understand. He looks at the figure, then at the swirling vortex, and then back at the figure. He feels a sense of foreboding wash over him, a feeling that this place, this world, somehow knows him better than he knows himself. But before he can question it further, the ground beneath them trembles. A deep, guttural growl echoes through the clearing and the trees. Something big is coming, something powerful and hungry. Eli and the figure exchange a look, then turn and run in opposite directions. Eli races through the labyrinth of glowing vines, adrenaline pumping through his veins. He doesn't dare look back. He can hear the creature's heavy footsteps pounding the earth, getting closer, hungrier. Suddenly, the ground gives way beneath him, and he falls, tumbling down a steep embankment. Bruised and breathless, Eli comes to a stop at the bottom. Looking back up, he sees the wall of the obelisk. There, the vortex is still there, pulsing with energy. But now the creature is standing in front of it, blocking his way. Fear grips Eli. What is this thing? And why is it after him? Before he can think of a plan, the creature lunges. Eli dives out of the way, narrowly avoiding its grasp. It slams into the obelisk, sending shards of rock flying. Then it looks at Eli, its eyes blazing with anger. In that moment, Eli sees not a monster, but a scared, confused animal, trapped in its own nightmare. And he understands. This creature isn't his enemy. It's his past, his forgotten self. And it's reaching out to him, trying to tell him something important. As Eli reaches out to touch the creature, it shudders, then vanishes. The vortex spins faster, pulling him in. Eli screams, but his voice is lost in the roar of the wind. The last thing he sees is the symbol on the creature's chest, the same one that's been following him since he arrived here. Then everything goes black. Now wait, don't go anywhere. We've got more to come, to be continued.